All right. Welcome to the Power Hour. Volume, whatever, 6 or 7.
No, like 5.
3 or 4.
Whatever it is.
We are here. We have a special guest today. But what do? We don't introduce ourselves, so
It's this guy.
check him out. Does he have his own isolated camera?
Just Cali.
I'm just here as the eye candy, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Ladies,
Been holding out way too long.
your panties in that direction.
Like Tom Jones.
Yes. Did you go to Tom Jones when you came to Lowell?
It's like it's Tom Jones now.
No, there's too many women there. So you know.
I'm trying to think. I worked at the Doubletree Hotel.
Yep.
Did you were gone by then. But he was playing in Lowell, and I brought room service to Tom Jones. And we had this real nerdy manager guy. No. Sorry. I don't know why you mentioned Tom Jones to start the show.
Names.
Talk about women.
I had to.
Who is this nerdy guy?
You know what?
Absolute geek you were friends with.
This guy was a massive nerd. Sorry, he just was. But he wanted to get everything right. I'm bringing room service to Tom Jones, and I get up there.
What do you, does that make him a nerd because people want to be successful?
No, he was a nerd because he's a nerd.
You
Sounds conscientious to
He
me.
had a pair of
people
glasses that looked
success, you know
exactly
that?
like yours. No, he was just a fidgety, nerdy kind of guy.
Okay.
Nice guy. Not a great leader, but that's okay. I'm doing room service, so don't need General Patton.
Not by room service.
Room service was a fun job.
Which we-
I swear, if I could make the same money, I would do room service the
How many
rest of my
rooms
life.
do service in a night?
Cha-ching.
Got 2 hands. So I go up there, and he was ordered oatmeal and something else. Proper British, man. We open the door, and it's Tom Jones's parents. And Tom Jones is already old at this point.
What?
This is 20 years ago.
Must have been at least in his 50s.
The parents were, oh, no. He was probably near, I don't know how old he is.
Hang on. You mean like stepmother, right?
No. His father and his mother were they had like the executives presidential suite at the
Are you sure
Doubletree
they
in
weren't
Lowell.
ghosts?
No, they were real.
Are you sure it wasn't Bill
And we
Samaras?
come in, and Nerdy McGee, my boss,
Nerdy McGee.
takes over from me. He's like, oh, I'm going to do it. Brings it in, and the dad starts yelling at him. What is this? He's like, well, it's your oatmeal, sir. He's like, that for a toddler? Is that for a toddler? My son, his son is 60 years old. Tom Jones is in his underwear in the other room, like doing a workout on a treadmill. And this is the most bizarre
Where's this
scene.
going?
It's not going anywhere. He just mentioned Tom
Was the
Jones.
oatmeal on a
So when we
bowl,
left,
or was it over your head?
the nerd boss looked at me and goes, must be a pretty big toddler. So this is a long way of saying I saw Tom Jones in his underwear.
Yeah, we're getting off to a great start.
He didn't
All right,
disappoint.
there you go.
You started this. All right. Local, national, international.
All right,
There will be homework tonight. I'm sorry, folks.
what do you want to start with? Are you going to puss out and do an international again?
I
like
will
you did
not.
Last
Nope,
time?
I learned my lesson.
Tell the audience to skip ahead.
Skip ahead to the one thing I'm good at.
I spend 35 hours a week researching this, but go ahead and skip ahead. If you
I
don't like
don't
it.
follow local politics anymore because I don't care.
Put it in the title.
Let's just skip over the things I do.
I do not do this for you. I do this for me. I would do this on a street corner like a homeless person. So just let's get that
Speaking of
straight.
homeless.
Speaking of that,
What? What about the homeless?
Let's start there. You want to start there?
What do you got?
Corey Robinson, right?
City councilor?
Yes.
Representing Centerville?
Yes. Who?
What district is that?
The Senegal.
6.
I don't know. It's my favorite district.
I would guess 9.
I think it's 9, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said the best for last. So he's got a great motion on the floor. It's making camping illegal in downtown.
Making camping illegal in downtown.
Right.
Is that a big campsite?
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's Yellowstone. There's
Yosemite.
and then there's downtown Lowell.
People love sleeping overnight in the streets of Lowell, right? So it's a great motion. I think it'll, hopefully it'll clear the streets. But then the Lama people, not the Cali Lama people, but the bad Lama people, the Lowell. What are they? The Lowell.
Alphabet soup? I don't know. What are we talking
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, the Lowell. Yeah, first of all, I have
Lowell
no
helping
affiliation.
Lowell's.
As Cali Lama, I have no affiliation with the Llamas.
So they
Llamas
immediately
involved.
post
The Cali Lamas and the Commie Lamas. Let's just put it that way, right? The Commie Lamas.
the Commie Lamas decide that first of all, they called Corey racist, which is kind of funny because, you know.
You want the official reading before you get too deep into this?
Yeah.
All right. See, I do prep work here. from Councilor Robinson. Request city manager have appropriate departments provide a detailed report on feasibility of implementing a no overnight camping, sleeping, or loitering ordinance in the business district, as well as in the Summer Street, Gallagher Terminal, and South Common area.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. I mean, it's a great
That is
thing ever.
just,
Yeah.
that's it. There's no more wishy-washy. That's like,
No, it's just you
do
can't,
it or don't, right?
Right. And I think by rephrasing it as camping, it's brilliant. It's a great idea. God bless Corey. I love Corey to death. The problem is, this has been tried before. It's illegal.
ACLU, not big fans of this?
ACLU, the Cali Lamas. The Cali Lamas already put a post. By the way, that's a great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's full credit there.
I never would have thought of it. You weren't here, so you're...
So the
now
cons-
I'm now get the copyright Kelly.
the Cali Lamas put up a post of like police doing things like these vagrancy laws and all this other stuff. Like, this is terrible. They're fighting. Like, these are people that love to, like, you know, they love to feed the pigeons. They like when they go to Gloucester Beach or whatever, they don't mind the seagulls taking the sandwich. They're like, oh, you can have it. You're a bird. Like, don't feed the seagulls. Don't feed the pigeons. Whatever. So these people are all upset about this. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. So when I looked into it legally, I don't think it's going to hold up. Right?
I don't think. I don't think it's going to hold up either. It's just. I mean, but
Cities have done it, though. I've seen places in California. There's San Francisco, which is
Springfield got it shut
as
down by
far
the
as
DOD.
one
But the
side.
thing is, the way you read the motion, it's like he's just looking for a report. So it's going to be the same thing like you see at every single city council motion. Well, we're just asking for a report.
It's just
We're
going
not
to go to a
asking-
subcommittee.
It's going to go to a
and then it's gonna die.
subcommittee.
Or the
and then
worst-
it's going to go to the law department, and the law department.
Well,
Do we have a law department?
We do actually.
Are you looking for Joe?
I'm,
Is that why you're here?
I'm good. I'm all set on my own.
You good?
endeavors.
He makes more money doing what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Like the law, if they send
You don't want a whole city to hate you?
Well, they already
Like
do.
more than like normal?
I'm on the zoning board of appeals, so half the people probably do hate me at some point. Too,
Well, I mean,
if I don't do the right thing.
the law department's a black hole. We know that. It's just gonna like it might die down there, or they're not
They have
gonna.
to pay more.
Huh?
They have to pay more.
Oh, to get like real lawyers?
Yes, I mean they've had real lawyers. Well,
Well, they don't. I mean, I don't know.
the recent.
I mean, they do. I mean,
Past.
in the end, you're right. I mean, it's kind of the law department. It's been
Is Lowell with
They
lawyers?
haven't had a full law department since I remember. It's been years since they've had
And-
that whole department filled up.
I feel like they just hired.
If you go back, or if you go back,
they're overworked.
if you go back to a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Christine O'Connor, that crew. That wasn't a full law department,
No, they
Well,
were still short, like about 2 or 3 lawyers.
and now it's
Now they're still like
way great. It's tough though, but it's like anything. I mean, I know it's lawyers, but then you have like Dunkin' Donuts or a warehouse third shift, and it's like I don't know, like 15% of the population of Earth just vanished at some point and stopped working, and it's like that everywhere across the board. So can't blame them entirely, but
Well, I feel like the problem with the law department is they just hire Suffolk people.
oh, you an anti-Suffolk guy? You a Northwestern guy?
Hey, I'm a Suffolk guy.
Wait, what's the one you don't have to take the bar to get into? Is it Suffolk or is it? You know,
Oh, it used to be
It's probably all of them now.
Mass School of Law, but I think they're still up the one up in Andover. Now I think it's called Mass Law or something.
oh,
whatever
sorry, I
it
got
is,
back. But either way,
Lose the school, just mass law.
all right. So this is what I'm saying. This is
But
what
you
I'm
can
saying.
still
cleaner.
you don't have to take. Yeah, you have to take the bar exam, but you don't. They're not ABA accredited. That was the thing about Mass.
No, there's one that you don't have to take the bar at.
Wait.
Oh, no, this-
Why would
no,
anyone
no,
go there if they're not
every
accredited?
lawyer-
No, not the
Just
bars. I'm
take the
thinking
bar.
what's the thing? The LSATs.
That's every school. Like,
That's just
all the schools are getting rid of that.
They're all pretty much getting rid of LSAT.
Because they're biased or whatever.
They're racist.
If you take, well, anyway, so I'm
Not
not
that,
sure.
not that we need more lawyers, but I mean, there's plenty of them out there. But
So I'm not really sure how this
Jealous.
thing's
Doesn't
going
want
to
to be
pass.
competition.
So I think it's a great motion. I don't think it's going to pass, but I think I found a loophole.
Hold on. When you say you don't think it'll pass, that means it'll go to a vote
Well, just
to send it to a committee.
I think
It will pass.
It'll die in committee, right? So,
Okay.
or the law office where everything goes to die.
Well,
Right?
hang on. We have Cali here. He's an expert, right? So how can we have Cali manipulate this motion so that it has a chance to pass?
You don't even need a lawyer. I figured it out.
Oh,
So I looked up the definition of camping, right?
Look at you.
I know.
That is show prep.
So I'm like,
What's
the
camping?
The definition of camping is very vague.
Okay.
It depends on what you're talking about, but a lot of it depends on where you're camping. And a lot of the restrictive laws, you know what they come down to? This is the first time this is actually going to help Lowell in a big way.
bathroom facilities.
National park restrictions. The national park has a definition of camping.
Oh, we can use that.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's the way they killed us with the high school. Let's get them back.
Yeah. There's a
Payback time.
definition in the national park about camping in designated areas. Is it camping this, camp this? What is camping? It's recreational. It's just
Like Appleton Street's a national park, right?
yeah, it's part of it. It's part of it.
That could save the city.
So I think you got
South Common probably actually
This is
might be
amazing.
a historical.
you got to approach it from the national park angle. You might be able, even if you don't get rid of it. Listen, this is the way I look at it. This is the way I look at it. So I'm gonna go off a little bit for a second, but you got to, and I'll bring it back. All right.
Go off, Queen.
So, so back in the days, right, 1860s, 1870s, when Bill Samaras was born, the people didn't really
We
go.
use Dennis Candy jokes here, but go on.
All right, so people didn't go to the beach, right? Seagulls used to live out on the rocks, right? They didn't come to shore. Nobody saw seagulls.
Is he
start-
high right now? Just to make
People start.
good.
People start. This is real. People start going to the beach, right? Because they start going to the beach. The more that people go to the beach, the more food, the more trash. The seagulls come inland, right? So all of a sudden you get a seagull problem. Now that you've
Just
got
keep in mind, you're talking about people here.
no, but
All right, hang on.
so now we've got aggressive seagulls, right? Aggressive seagulls everywhere. They steal your food. You do all this. The problem was,
They crap on you at the beach.
but here's the thing.
Again, I think I see where this is going.
But you also, so nobody wants seagulls at the beach. But what also happened is the seagulls used to go to the dump. So now you got seagulls at the dump. You got seagulls at the beach. People only complain about the seagulls at the beach. If you get the homeless out of downtown and you let them go everywhere else, nobody's going to care. They can stay at the dump. Just don't keep them at the beach. The beach is downtown. The rest of the city's like if they're out in the VFW or they're behind like Lowe's or whatever, leave them alone. Let them get them out of downtown. They're not at the beach anymore. Whatever.
I think you could have done this without the seagull. To be honest with you.
Seagulls?
This is our downtown business district. We'd like to just move the homeless population
And
elsewhere.
then they're going to put it behind another business.
You have that-
which is the
Because
national
I'm calling
chain.
homeless people seagulls. They are seagulls. They don't contribute. They just eat shit everywhere.
Gotcha. The one thing you forgot is the people on the beach that feed the seagulls, and then more seagulls
Well,
come and they never leave.
That's the llama people. The people.
That's
that
like the
leave
Lowell
food.
problem, right?
Yeah, let's get them. Oh, let's leave some food. Let's make a cleansing station. Let's
Do we stop this show now and just start over?
Green Eagles.
I'm dead serious. We might need to. We might need to.
No, we don't.
You're
Get
good?
the seagulls off the beach. Stay at the dump. Llamas should leave it alone. Not you, the bad llamas, the commie llamas. Corey's motion. Talk about the national park. Get them out of the downtown, and then we can deal with them on where it's not as much of a problem. It's not a bad solution.
No, the solution's fine. The description's terrible, but that's okay.
What, the seagull thing?
Yes.
Would you prefer pigeons?
Let me get back to you on that. All right.
Why'd you get so soft? My God.
It's not
so soft.
There is just.
You are soft.
You asked.
You think that was a good description of this whole thing?
I thought it worked.
That was the longest way ever of saying, "Hey, we should take the homeless people and maybe put them in like another
You know what?
neighborhood."
We do shows so infrequently now that he's lost his touch, his
No.
sense of humor.
Hey,
I have
no,
my
hey,
touch. I have my human touch.
I liked.
Oh, now he's a virtue signaler.
Shout out Bruce Springsteen.
I liked Asa better when he was fat.
Check it out.
More jolly.
Drops 15 pounds in 3 days.
One, baby.
Man. Before you had hepatitis, man, you were a lot funnier.
All right.
Do you know what it is? It's from the tooth infection that he got.
Oh, hey, we're almost at the 1 year anniversary. Still numb.
Is it really true?
Still numb. It's almost there though. It's
So,
like
just to catch you up, Asa had surgery, but the guy forgot to.
June 12th.
He forgot
of last
to wear,
year.
12th of
He forgot to wear his
2022.
gloves.
Picture D-Day,
Yeah.
but twice as bad because it's
So his dentist was feeding the homeless. Then he came in and they did Asa's teeth without gloves, and he gave him hepatitis.
There's no hepatitis. Known. Results pending.
All right, moving on.
Was it A, B, or C?
B.
Plus and minus.
I'm a Pam Anderson kind of guy.
Asa.
Unless she had
A
C.
for Asa.
Whatever she had, that's what I want.
No, it's Hep D. Dental.
So you meet Pam Anderson. You got a nice
What do
little
I-
opening.
you know what? Can I-
Hey, we both
Both of
had
her having
Hep C. We
hepatitis.
both had Hep C.
Can I sue my doctor? How do you say this?
Yes, you should sue.
Why
your
wouldn't
doctor.
you?
Well, how long do you wait? A year? A year seems like a good.
I mean, you probably signed some
but
sort
it's
of
close.
waiver.
It feels like it's almost there. It's like
Cal,
you
you
remember when
know-
America
I
built
think it's-
railroads
Please.
both ways and they met in the middle?
Cal,
I
you
feel
know-
like this
Cal, you know
is
what you could-
almost there.
Does Callie
It
know
never
any-
gets there.
Maybe Callie knows a good lawyer.
You want, oh yeah. What's your rates?
You can't afford me.
Come on.
Nice.
Sure he can. Anybody can afford
You'll be
you.
working for the city in a month. All right, Joel Boyd leaving.
I really think we should
Going back to back to Philly.
Should have given him more of a chance. The guy had so many good progressive ideas. I feel like he really grasped the job. and did so much for the teachers on the ground level. I can't believe we're getting rid of them.
What you want to do is build a team,
Yes,
right? Like the biggest team ever.
right.
It's like the Super Friends. The Super
Almost like a wall, like a human shield of
Just
the doctor's human shield.
Dr. Hall of Justice.
it's wild though. Time flies. He was here for more than 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that COVID year, that was pretty much a wash.
Tight shirts rejoice everywhere.
I'm not a Joel Boyd fan. I know he hates me. I met him once and it was very testy on the radio. But
Oh, really?
oh yeah. It was right after the
Yeah, so
no, it was right after the
What kind of
Bob Hoey.
wrestling?
Remember the Bob Hoey the day he resigned?
what happened with Bob Hoey?
There was a thing. But Joel Boyd, in that situation, he was getting some crap because Hoey was one of his biggest defenders, but he didn't do anything wrong. It's not his fault. So it's like, whatever, take a day of crap and be done with it. But he got real offended and was pushing back, and it came into a whole thing.
What do you think? Are the Lowell public schools much better after his 4-year tenure or not?
They're as shitty as they ever were.
Oh, whoa. Let's get a little teacher here. How dare you?
Well, I'm asking for your opinion. If he wants to say that, that's fine.
I'll say
It's
no,
not about the
but
teachers. I'm not.
how many teachers could have come into that, or superintendents could have come into that spot? You need
you
a
say-
year to settle.
what do you mean
then
by
have
that
COVID, Then you have
spot?
COVID, then you have another year.
Like what? To be able to hire like unlimited administrators?
No,
Or
that's
what
bad.
is that-
Six-
what do you mean?
six-figure
You have
salaries.
declining enrollment, unhappy teachers, a bunch of lawsuits.
No.
I'm just asking. Like, are the schools performing better or worse? I guess that wouldn't that be the measure of a superintendent?
Yes.
would you
Nobody
say?
cares about the kids.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are the schools functioning better or worse than 4 years ago?
Why are you asking me?
By the
I just want
way,
your opinion.
did you
I
see?
care about Ukraine. I don't care about your school.
Did you see? So Rookie's got a thing on the council. I'm sorry, Councilor Rourke has a motion. I don't know what it is, but they're looking at the budget, right? The tax bill. $2,000 of the tax bill is all education.
That's about right.
It's
It's
probably
like 50%, right?
yeah. What a boondoggle!
It's always been that way, though.
I know, it just pisses me off. Like because you,
Is there a tornado? Why does your phone keep going like emergency alerts here?
okay.
It's all the women saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe you."
No, like don't bring Cali. No, but it's like it's such a big like. I think there's 14,000 students, but the 50% of your tax bills goes to these. Education's bloated. Education's like is going to be like me tomorrow morning. It's just bloated. It's just it's just way too much money spent. And this isn't about you guys. Like teachers are fine. Like I don't mind paying Han $600,000 a year like he makes, but like, do we really need that many administrators? I mean, there's just. Can we cut back on these costs? Oh, guess what? You can't because DESE makes all the stupid rules. DESE needs to go. DESE's the problem.
I'm fine with Desi going.
Yeah. It needs
good
to be
start.
local control. Like we have to put up a percentage of if DESE gives you this much money, we have to give you money. Like we have no control of it. It's just taxation without representation.
You want to go that far? I'm the Department of Education. What's the point? What's the
Oh, but
point
you get rid of them
that?
too.
Get them rid of them.
Yeah.
It goes all the way up to the top. Like what? It's all schools have been locally done anyway.
Ace
So
Boards. I'm from Nashua. I don't care. We don't have taxes.
Yeah.
I don't care about my own kids.
We don't even have books in Nashua.
Good luck.
Our kids,
No.
our teachers get paid a couple of apples and a
There's certain things that just
Cheese sandwich.
people start talking about it. Go, I could care less. But no,
I'm not sure how the city thinks they're gonna like save money in education. Like, if anything, that
can't.
budget's gonna go higher and higher. I mean, right now you have a serious teacher shortage. Like, you have a human resources problem going into next year. You don't have qualified teachers. You don't have enough candidates to fill those spots, and your education system is going to be a train wreck if you don't start filling those spots. And how are you going to do that without paying people? Because right now, what was our last raise was like 2.25%.
oh boy,
Inflation.
Here he goes again.
Inflation 10 to 15% a year. Like, you're taking a giant, in real terms, a giant pay cut each year.
you can afford
Yeah,
it.
join the club.
Get rid of the.
That's the way the whole-
Am I rooting for you to lose money? No.
Get rid of the. I'm not.
Who's rooting against you? I mean, I am, but
It's
who
hard-
else
No,
is?
but like when you take that attitude of like, ooh, it's too bad for you. Like, no. Like, we should be on the same team here, right? The government is, let's take Ukraine, for example, just lighting money on fire.
Whoa. We're lighting Russians on fire. Go
Okay,
on.
yeah, I know. But okay, we're just blowing money for nothing. The infrastructure bill was a joke. 5% went to infrastructure. The other 95% to green nonsense, and just all
He's
kinds
a
of
Cali Lama
idiotic stuff.
That's what he is.
Cali Lama.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm an anti-Cali
He's
Lama.
anti-Lama.
Everyone should get paid the most, inflation and all
No,
this.
I'm not talking
No. I'm just saying this is a market situation. This is a free market
I'm not
situation.
talking about teachers.
All right, so what? So you just complain about taxes and you can't afford
No,
to pay
because
people, now you're going to pay more?
I'm just saying that the city seems to have this attitude, like it's like every teacher is like this, this widow who's 55 and doesn't need to work because her husband's already retired, and she just enjoys going to work every day and gets the apple on the desk. Like that's not what teaching is these days.
No,
you have to have a master's
fights,
degree. You have to be.
Yeah, right. You
have to have multiple
at
licenses.
least a brown belt in
Like,
jiu-jitsu.
no one's going to do that.
By the way,
for
so
trash money.
That's bullshit. By the way, the teachers have to once you're a teacher, why do you have to keep getting these continuing ed things? That's for the universities. There's way
My
too
wife's
many,
a teacher. My whole table in the living room is just full of books.
right. Like once
It's not even like school books.
By the
Like
way,
just
if you can either teach or you can't. You can't teach somebody to teach. You're either a teacher or you're not a teacher. You don't need more classes.
what's that? Was that 6 teachers in one?
And administrators, there's so many useless administrators involved. That's the problem.
There you go. Again, like
And-
the Seagulls.
and
Long
come
way.
down.
I'm getting to it. Let's go.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about teachers. There's just too many administrators.
Okay.
That's why it costs too much.
So the next superintendent should come in.
Cut,
Get rid of-
cut the shit out of shit. That's what I would do.
Okay, there's that.
You're gonna have to pay people more.
All right, so we're
Yeah,
keeping the
cut
budget the
it.
same.
You're not gonna have a staff if you don't start paying.
Cut
them.
it.
So we're going to take the administrators and give the money to the teachers.
Yes.
Everyone happy here?
I'm happy with that.
You good?
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Plus, but
I need to talk about-
declining enrollment though, so you don't need as many teachers or
Move
administrators.
your chair over. He gets very upset. So last show we did, the biggest hit by far, was Han's Hell's Angel story.
Oh, that's a good story.
So now we're going to do a weekly.
Weekly,
Monthly.
Really? Do you know how hard it is to get you to do anything?
We're going to do a quarterly. We're doing a Hell's Angel story. That's like a new segment.
All right, let's.
I said when the Ukraine war ends, we're going to do UFOs. UFOs are out. I'm done with these UFO people.
Yeah,
It's pissing me off.
distraction. It's a
They're
distraction.
just no. It's not a distraction. It's nothing. They just never. It's always a tease and a tease and a tease. So it's just a congressional hearing. They just
They're not coming
said
famous.
nothing. I've got massive
Oh, that's
UFO
surprising.
blue balls right now.
Yeah, really.
They're just so we're shifting. Okay.
All right,
We should probably
go.
talk about this before the show. No more UFOs. No more.
Do you really want to talk about the
Lou-
Hells Angels, though? I don't know.
Lou
You say something
Elizondo.
wrong.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You follow it, like Lou Elizondo. You know
There
him?
was the thing in Oklahoma that was pretty interesting.
No, all these people. Lou Elizondo. Jeremy Corbell. He's always on Rogan. George not George Knob.
Knob.
George Knapp.
You know, George Knob. That's the name of the guy.
He makes movies.
He was the guy who used to do room service with.
George Knob is the guy I met at the old Chelmsford Rest Stop.
Amen made content with him on OnlyFans.
He said he wasn't gay, just only lonely. I said I wasn't gay.
Now we know he dropped 15
just
pounds in 3 days.
broke. State trooper didn't
A lot
believe.
of foot tapping going on.
State trooper didn't believe either of us.
You know how to teach it. You got to make money somehow.
I was taking a piss.
Has anyone ever done like a documentary on the old Chelmsford Rest Stop? Like I was too young, I didn't drive then, but that was like a legendary
Calvin
spot.
did a
Right?
lot of research. I don't know what he did with it.
Han was you two, I think, are right in that like just got your license Chelmsford Rest Stop deal, right?
No.
No,
Not you. You were good.
no, I didn't get my license until I was.
But it was like a legendary place, wasn't it?
I don't know. I never.
You never heard of the Chelmsford Rest Stop?
I heard of it, but I wasn't.
Sorry, I mean, not when I got. I mean,
I mean,
you heard that even before.
I don't think
Like,
first-hand evidence, but
They
it
got,
was.
rid, they got rid of the rest stops because it was, a little too much.
Hey, we need like a historian. Who's the best Lowell historian? Have them do like a nice documentary on the Chelmsford Rest Stop.
I think
Dick Howe. Dick Howe might.
Dick Howe would be a good name for the actual documentary.
Oh no, that's out of his jurisdiction. It's in Chelmsford. It's not Lowell. So you got to get a Chelmsford
There's a
historian.
comma. Wow.
Sunday.
The Native American.
You might want to stop this now. You might want to stop the show now.
right?
I know all of a sudden.
Mr. Seagull guy, we have to
This is
restart the
like-
podcast.
I can't say seagull.
Oh,
I can't say clam. I can't
that's
say
you,
seagull.
inhumane monster, you.
Oh, this is definitely getting flagged.
You know you want. I know you want to tell that joke. Barbara Warren and Dick Howe, that joke.
I don't even know that.
I don't even want to. Teddy's joke. I don't want to say it. That'd be a good Sunday.
Coming this summer,
history.
a homosexual Native American man has car trouble on Route 3 in Chelmsford. Lou Diamond Phillips as Dick out.
Oh, God, no, wait.
Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just be done with it.
Disclaimer: we are not referring to the registrar feeds.
He's a great guy, great register, great historian.
Speaking for the
He's got
future
a great
audience,
name though too.
time to move off of the rest stop talk, man.
I was talking about UFO. Sorry.
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right, Hell's Angels. That's where I was going.
Yeah.
All right, great story last time. This show is definitely getting deleted, so let's just fly right through it.
Why don't you don't say clams?
All right.
Did we give a shout out to our sponsors yet? Is now a good time?
Yes, we should. Who are our sponsors on? Tell them.
IBEW 2321.
The Verizon
Digging holes and laying poles, something like that.
digging holes and working poles.
Working poles.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's just the Zoom stuff. Don't worry about
That's
that.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, word on the street from a podcast I listen to. The Hells Angels and the Outlaws are talking.
Whoa, who's the Outlaws?
Outlaws is a big motorcycle gang. Bike, 1% club, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Ugh, I hate motorcycle gangs.
Oh, you better step out then.
Let me-
I love them.
Let me have some friends that can earn my patch. Bunch of weirdos.
Oh, this is not good. What's wrong? The Lowell's got some good biker gangs.
All you gotta do is throw marbles in the street. You defeat them.
Did you see? Did you? Man, I get so distracted. Antifa did a protest the other day. It's like some movie theater, and they put marbles all over the floor.
Oh, really?
It was awesome.
That's a great idea.
I hate Antifa, but I'm like, that is
smart.
rock solid. So the Hells Angels, we're gonna bring this back to Lowell eventually. I'll get there,
All
I
right.
promise you. And the Outlaws, I guess, are meeting to maybe make peace. They've been at war. They've been at war for 50 years. Callie, you follow things. Did you know this?
I did not. I wasn't aware of that.
So the Outlaw,
I'm
not a big biker guy.
So the Hells Angels, started in California,
Second chapter was in.
Lowell, Mass.
Yes.
So it's the ties to Lowell. The Outlaws began in.
The ties had nothing to do with Hell's Angels.
What?
Ties had nothing
Sorry.
to do with
Yes. So the Outlaws started in Chicago, then they moved to Detroit. Now their president is based out of a strip club in Buffalo, New York.
Oh, they must be way
Tommy
tougher.
O.
They
Shout
gotta
out
be-
him. He's watching.
I think they'd be way tougher than the California ones.
The Hells Angels?
No, the Outlaws sound tougher than the
Outlaws have good
Angels.
names. Biker games, they have great names. Actually, oh man, this is gonna be a horrible show. The president of the Hells Angels died like 2 years ago. Sonny Barger. Did you see that? Do you know him?
His
had
name sounds familiar.
I think he had the voice kazoo thing there at the
Oh, the
end.
voice box?
Yes.
The modulator.
But I only mention this because he
Angels
they had his funeral.
are
And his
effective unless it rains.
speakers came up.
That needs Guinness for that. So
Oh, I do.
So the speakers at his funeral, I'm watching it. One of them is Tucker Carlson, who I like.
Hey, what?
Well, I hate on Ukraine, but I like on other things. But yes, nerdy bow tie. This Hells Angels president, like a legendary dude, died, whatever, maybe a year ago.
Whoa.
Tucker Carlson is out there giving his eulogy.
Of the,
is Tucker like a Hell's Closet Hell's Angel or something?
Why is he doing this?
is the
What-
Tucker Carlson Hell's Angels connection?
I don't know. You can find it online. Tucker Carlson gives one of the eulogies at Sonny Barger's funeral.
He was so good at moving heroin.
I'm saying, imagine you're there. Like, what is happening right now? Like, that would be like Mitt Romney giving a eulogy at DMX's funeral. All right, sorry, I got distracted. So, the Hells Angels and the Outlaws are talking.
That's a really good analogy.
Thank you. They're talking peace. They've been at war for 50 years.
Yeah.
Why have they been at war for 50 years?
Heroin distribution.
Because in 1974, 3 Hells Angels got murdered in Florida by the Outlaws. All 3 Hells Angels that were murdered
Oh, they're on your baseball team.
were not on my but they're from Lowell.
Nice. See?
And how did that
Back
start?
to Lowell.
Is because a Lowell guy got into a fight on New Year's Eve in New York City with an outlaw, and they wanted revenge on that. So there has been a 50-year biker war in this country between the Hells Angels and the Outlaws.
Wait, so there's a couple of 70-year-olds fighting?
What is it? What?
A couple of 70-year-olds get fighting?
No, no, back in the day. So yeah, you want the names? I got the names too.
No, don't read the names.
Why not? These are Lowell people.
I don't want to give them credit.
They died in 1974.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The three biker.
Yeah. The Lowell people. The Outlaws.
This is the best part.
George Whiskey G. Hartman
Oh,
from
okay.
Lowell, one of ours.
Whiskey Hotman.
Edwin Riverboat Riley and Albert Oskey Simmons.
These guys had crappy nicknames.
They're not great.
Really? Cali Lama? That's a good nickname.
Whiskey G does sound like a good rap name.
This is
Riverboat's
pretty
not
rad.
bad.
This is pretty-
This is 1974.
80s hip hop.
Like Riverboats was still like how you got to work, right?
rolling on river.
Riverboat.
The three kidnapped Hell's Angels were bound, gagged, and each blown away with shotgun blasts to the back of the head. Ooh!
Wow.
Their bodies had been weighed down with concrete blocks to bury them within the sea of gravel. Informants told the FBI.
Rats.
But again, I told you we're going to have a random
comes
Hell's
back to
Angel.
Lowell.
It all comes back to Lowell. There has been a 50-year war between the Outlaws and Hell's Angels. They're talking about maybe making peace.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yes, one of ours.
Cheers.
So that's that. And they want to team up to go against the pagans. But if you want to hear about that, tune in next
Oh, don't. Yeah, say it.
month.
All right, Ukraine.
You want a Ukraine war update?
Yeah.
I hope that thing isn't going to show up. People can't see
No,
it,
I won't
right?
show up.
Let me just X out of that.
Yeah, X out of that.
Thank you. Oh, the map.
Yeah, the map's there. They can see the map.
That's a real map.
That's your map.
That's a map.
That's a map. There you go. All right, what do we got here?
All right. What's going to happen? Ready?
Yeah.
Ukraine is about to go on the counterattack.
They have no bullets.
That's what you think.
They don't have any.
What do you think is going to happen? They have no bullets, so what's going to happen?
So-
Prediction.
My
We'll go
prediction-
around the room.
Okay, my prediction
Go on.
is that right now, behind the scenes, Ukraine is trying to get China and other nations to help them broker a peace because they're running out of bullets, and they don't want to be U.S.'s bitch anymore because U.S. is just trying to get them to
Okay.
bleed Russia.
That's your
And
prediction.
I think they're. We know they're done, but we don't know how to get out of this.
You're talking about Ukraine,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
they're done.
Okay.
They're
You're
not going to last.
That's the worst prediction.
No,
ever.
Ukraine's they've been
Go on.
trying to get to the peace table for a long time, and the U.S. is saying no, we don't want you to go.
Right,
And
so
they're-
That's
China-
completely
China-
wrong, too.
that's-
You're done.
I'm with Batch on that. They're,
You're
they're
it's
trying to backdoor
in
to
the
get.
papers, man.
You're
In the
both
papers. It's in the
clueless.
papers.
Next.
You have to come up with a creative way for Russia to save face.
All right. That's a little horn for you.
Beep, beep.
All right.
Do
The
you
battle lines aren't-
My question is, do you sacrifice Crimea?
Ooh, we'll get there. All right. You know
It's
what?
not there,
Is there just a Han?
They're not gonna give
I
up
would like to
Crimea.
just talk to my brother for a little while if you guys don't mind.
You're ignoring a huge
No.
dump of information.
You're talking about the leak.
Yeah.
All right. The leak came out. First things first. That guy has been leaking stuff for an entire year. It just came out this morning. That it wasn't just like recently, the last like weeks or months.
I know it's
We're talking about
No. He's been doing it since the start of the war.
The guy at Discord, the tech
Yes,
guy.
on some
Yeah.
random like chat room.
He's just been doing it to like.
It's probably
just
my own
go like,
boss,
oh, look what
the
I
nerdy
know.
guy.
It's like he's probably your nerd boss guy. It's like he's just
So-
been like, oh, look what I know,
Okay.
like type like thing. Now he's like, oh crap.
So when we go back to COVID, the Democrats and the liberals were just
Oh, Jesus
no,
Christ.
real quick to make this point. They were completely wrong the whole time, were they not?
Yeah.
They were just
absolutely.
wrong. And they just, you could show them facts and reality and truth, and it was still just talking point slogans.
Okay.
Stop the spread, 6 feet, you know what I mean? It's like, it was just, they talked in bumper stickers. You look at the conservatives now with the Ukraine war, they are speaking in bumper stickers. Sorry, you are. Hunter Biden, Burisma, Joe Biden, Zelensky, a billionaire. There's nothing behind it. Like, the reality is this. Ukraine has fought them all the way back to the Donbass, your favorite. Russia cannot move. They can't move. They can't go anywhere. They lose 100 guys to move 100 feet. That's not sustainable.
Unless
And
you
they're
have
just sitting there waiting.
Millions of people they just throw at them still.
But they don't. You're even wrong about that.
Historically speaking, Russia doesn't do that, Batch.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
man.
the time.
It's all human waves. That's the only way they're moving right now is in Bakhmut. For the record, I think we're the only show in America that's mentioned Bakhmut every show we've ever done. Thank you very much. But they've almost taken this.
You know, like Sabak taco.
Oh, you probably got a good one there too.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So, Russia's almost taken Bakhmut. They've been fighting it for 9 months. They've sent everything they have, human waves. And what they do is they take the prisoners, the Wagner guys, and they just send them out there to die. And when the Ukrainians pop out to shoot them, they say, okay, that's where the guns are. And then the next guys, the VDV, your favorites, the VD crew, they go in and try to attack.
Don't mess with VD.
But they can't move. They can't go anywhere. So right now, Ukraine is about to go on the counteroffensive. And I apologize.
Which they don't think is going to be effective.
That's the thing. Now the conservatives, who have been wrong the entire time, saying Ukraine should surrender, saying that they're going to take the country in 3 days. Tucker Carlson has been more wrong on this than anybody. And I like his show, but horrifically wrong. They see this leak as their evidence. Oh, you see. And you get that vibe right now that Ukraine is not as strong as you think, correct?
Hang on. The conservatives aren't wrong in that this is a kind of a cash grab and we are wasting money.
Yeah, what about
that's the point.
Zelensky trying to say?
I think,
he wants to. If he had the missiles, he'd bomb Russia. Like you. This is not a
He
good idea.
hasn't said that.
Yes, he did. It was in the papers. If we had long-range missiles, we would hit targets.
We do not give them the long-range missiles.
but
They want
if we had
ATACMS.
them,
They want the ATACMS, right? Street name ATACMS. Those are the long-range HIMARS. We won't give them to them for that reason. We don't want them. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's a human being. If someone comes and murders your family and you're in charge of the ATACMS, you might say, screw it, I'm letting one loose.
Aside from all that, you think this Ukraine money is being well spent? Is that because that's what
This
it
is the
sounds
best
like?
money America's ever
Are
spent.
you kidding me?
I don't
Really?
know.
How much would it cost to fight a war against a superpower? How much did it cost to fight a war against Afghanistan? $2 trillion?
Well, wait a minute.
How much would it cost?
But it's not a war.
Did I
It's
use the Afghanistan war as the measure of efficiency? I
just
certainly
saying.
did not.
How much did Vietnam
We
cost?
should have just went in and. Well, that was
Look,
that was a boondoggle.
they're all wastes of
We are
money.
going to destroy, as I will get to it at some point.
What do you
this
believe in the
conversation.
domino theory?
I believe that Russia is going to collapse once this counteroffensive happens.
Or you think they're going to take
And
a
I think to do that,
Are you
and
kidding
if you
me?
spent $100 billion to destroy who's America's greatest enemy since they began?
China.
Russia, not current. Since we began.
Well, Great Britain. They started with Great Britain.
Think about the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. You know what I mean? Think about Reagan.
Let me
It's
ask you,
Russia. It's
do you
always
think-
been Russia.
Yeah, but there was. We thought
It's going to be China. It's China now, for
This is
sure.
why I don't believe this. We used to say Russia had more nuclear weapons than we did. They didn't.
They do.
they
They don't
didn't.
work, but they do.
Not anymore. But they we've always propped them up as this horrible thing because we needed an enemy. But like they've
Fair enough.
never really been. This thing, let them have it.
Let them have what?
Let them have it.
No.
Give them the little couple of regions.
Here's your menu. You've spent $100 million. You can let them have it.
Hang on,
Or you
hang
can
on.
destroy your enemy forever.
Hang on.
China's going to be our enemy. But for the rest of our lives,
We can't-
China is our enemy.
we can't send
It was
fighters.
always heading that way.
We can't send fighters. We can't do much more. They're running out of bullets.
They're not. You're reading.
The only
It's
next
time to
step
go.
is
It's time to go to the
putting
negotiator
The
table.
only next step. is
Oh
putting
my
troops-
God, your guys are.
Give them a couple of regions and call it a
This
day.
is what drives me insane. Is that you're not.
Just keep
You
the chicken Kiev.
90% of the people think like you guys.
So
And you're all wrong, just exactly like COVID. You were all wrong.
when push comes to shove, would you support troops on the ground then?
Never.
They're on the ground.
Then
now.
what, they're not I mean,
advisors.
they're advisors, but I
Do we-
mean,
like, but
They work at the embassy.
but you,
Oh, yeah.
if it gets to the point you're saying you got to destroy Russia, but it's going to require us to put troops on the ground.
Yeah, hang on. I still want to know how.
No, that's not what's happening.
But that could be the
Russia's going to get
possibility.
destroyed without our troops on the ground. It's the greatest value in the history of any country.
Hang on. So how does Russia being repelled in Ukraine equate to disaster for Russia? They just implode after this.
Right.
What is Russia without an army? Russia's entire existence is they're this big tough bully,
But you
right?
really want this
When they don't
power
have an
back?
army, Chechnya says, well, yeah, you don't have an army. I'm going to have my own country now. But remember, it's not Russia. It's the Russian Federation, okay? It's all these different places. It's Dagestan and Tulia, and I'll go on.
Oh, great. So narrow it down. What are you
Siberia.
saying? So you're saying that
I'll get my own
they're
state.
gonna.
Khalistan.
So you're saying that they're gonna get devoured from the inside.
Yes.
Like the Chechnyans are gonna. Well, the civil war we
Ukraine
talked about before.
will never go to Moscow. Ukraine will never go anywhere. They might go to Belgorod. We'll talk about that some other time. But because Belgorod, there's weird history back and forth with these
why-
countries. But Ukraine will not destroy Russia. Russia will destroy Russia. and lock it in because it's going to happen.
So
Right now, this whole thing is making China look like
China's definitely making out on this,
right
for sure.
So this is weakening. That we're basically driving.
Russia started the war. Ukraine didn't invade them. They're just defending
But
themselves.
China and Russia are now becoming closer together.
No.
That's the worst thing that could ever happen to us.
No. They just had a meeting about 3 weeks ago, the Chinese and Putin, right? Xi and Putin. And they said, Russia needs ammunition badly. They're running out of artillery. Their tanks right now, they have run out. They've lost 3,000 tanks.
So you believe that, but you don't think Ukraine?
No, I don't believe it. I look at the videos of tanks burning. Like, it's a fact. Russia is going into their museums and grabbing T-55 and T-54
So a country
tanks.
with industrial
Keep this in
capability is out of bullets, but the one without industrial capability.
Ukraine has NATO supplying them. Russia has nobody. Russia is begging.
So you're ignoring
Iran?
the reports that say that they're running out of bullets, the little papers that you
Yes.
think that's just all because it doesn't fit your narrative.
Every day, conservatives get pissed because it's another 500 million or $1 billion to Ukraine. What do you think that is? It's all bullets and ammunition. You can't have it both ways. You can't say they're getting all this stuff.
You sound like
and they're
Teddy
not.
talking about climate change.
No.
You sound like
a Democrat talking about COVID. I'm showing you reality. They tried to invade the country. They got the shit kicked out of them, and now the counteroffensive.
Do you think
is coming.
all those papers released were just like a ruse? That was all just.
It's very suspect.
Oh my God.
But no. Listen.
Counterintelligence
Batch. Two things. One, I believe it's all true. The information. Remember, General Milley, our highest ranking officer. Thank God that fraud is retiring. He's the worst. But he's been wrong about everything about this war.
He's involved in the war. I thought he only did equity stuff.
Yes.
No. Everything he said about this war has been wrong. Like, that's our top guy, but he still gives them, because of the politics, because of the
I
president.
thought he was
because of the
scheduling drag
Pentagon.
queen shows and stuff like that.
He is an embarrassment, but he's retiring. Oh, thank God. He really is bad. He's an embarrassment.
Austin's even worse. Secretary of State. Like,
When did you actually see the pictures of those leaks? It's these perfect pictures with the graphs. It looks like it was made for like a 6-year-old that could
I
read
was
it.
with you on COVID. I'm not with you on this one.
That's okay. You know what? 90% of the people were wrong about COVID, and 90% of the people are wrong about this too. So this counterattack is coming. It's going to come. There's 3 options. They're all bad for Russia. 1, Ukraine takes back a certain amount of land. Melitopol, for sure.
do you want to show people the map while you're pointing at it? Like,
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good map.
that's a good map.
Get out of it. It's a real Melitopol. If Ukraine can get that city back, they will sever the lines.
This episode of the Power Hour is brought to you by Bulletpool.
Having trouble using the restroom? Try a little Millipol.
So
If you have a sea of Azaz coming out,
I'm saying, it's right in the sea. Right now, all Russia has is a supply line along the sea. Once it gets severed, it's over. They're severed. They've got nothing from Crimea. It's gonna happen, for sure. Lock it in.
I gotta say, looking at that map, I'm really starving for chicken Kiev.
I don't like the attitude in this room. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, with that chicken right there that passed through?
Chicken Kiev.
Rude. Someone put a lot of work into that map.
More of a Kiwi.
Is it Kiev or Kiev? I've been calling it Kiev.
This is going on too long, so I'll just be quick. This counteroffensive, it's either going to be Ukraine takes some land, Ukraine takes the entire Donbass back, or Ukraine takes everything, including Crimea, which is highly
They
unlikely.
won't get to Crimea. I think they'd stop.
But
It would be nice. I will admit. Listen, I like your narrative. I really do. I like where you're going with this.
yes,
I just don't think it's reality.
okay. What's reality? What's Russia doing right now?
I think they've got the people. They've got the industrial base. I think they can do this. For
They can't make
years.
ball bearings. They can't make anything
I
that
already
moves.
told you about how to make ball bearings.
I sent you this on purpose, just so you wouldn't say that. And you still said it. They can't make ball bearings. They can't import any because of the sanctions.
How does it make ball
They
bearings?
can't
It's
fix
spread- it's
anything that
spread balls
moves.
with- it's spread balls with
Anything
metal.
with a wheel, they cannot fix or
How can you
replace.
not make ball
That's the
bearings.
balls expert.
I'm telling you, this is our first show ever. I told you the importance of ball bearings.
Yeah, but how can you not make ball bearings?
I had the same thought, but it's a fact.
Just gotta do this.
The places that make ball bearings are the most sophisticated countries in the world. United States,
You just
South Korea,
No, you just-
England. Germany. It is.
You've always overvalued balls.
It's the bearings I focus on. All right,
I hope you're right.
Are we done here?
Yeah, we're over 40.
All right.
Well,
is that
we're all over 40, that's for sure.
Hey, yo. All right, we want to say thank you. We want to apologize.
Can I say a couple sincere things?
Well, let me say something first.
All right.
We support Dick Howe. We should endorse him and vote for him. He's a good guy. He's a great politician. He's got a good website, Substack.
Very good.
Check him out.
Recap.
He's got an interesting name.
Yeah.
But that's that. Go on.
It's great to
People
have,
are not seagulls. Go on.
great to see you doing a podcast. We love doing this, and it's great to have
great.
Cali.
Yes,
Cali
yeah.
About time you guys had me on. It's been-
Thank you. And what's your parting
And your
shot?
I have
enunciation
nothing
was
but-
better than Danny Rook's.
Having Cali here, we should have had some more legal questions. We need this, expertise put
what's
to
the
work.
best way to
We
collect
want to
the debt?
tease the audience. Like he said, little eye candy. We bring in some ladies, and then they start bringing in questions. Maybe we'll do like a Ukraine dating show like combo.
You hate dating shows.
The Ukrainian brides are coming over or something like
he
that.
despises.
He hates dating shows more than anything.
Hates it.
I love that people think you host a dating show. Like Chuck Wood.
No, he hates
Makes me so happy.
he hates more views than him. He hates views.
Oh yeah, he's a view hater.
I hate you guys. Thanks for you're cool. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you all.
All right,
Bye.
thanks.